the KMNN studios, this is the Kids Morning News Network.
It's Wednesday, March 27th, 2024. I'm Alex in the KMNN studio in New York. Happy Manatee Appreciation Day. You know manatees, the gentle giants who live along the coast of Florida. These chill sea cows spend their days munching on sea grass, looking a bit like giant underwater marshmallows. But don't be fooled by their slow pace. Manatees are important for healthy oceans. They're also related to elephants. Human activities put them at risk for a long time, but they are making a comeback. Congratulations, manatees! Today, as part of my appreciation, I'm going to eat a whole bunch of lettuce, just like a manatee. Well, in the home of the manatees in Florida, it's now against the law for kids under the age of 14 to have their own social media accounts. 14 and 15-year-olds can have their own accounts, but only if their parents agree. Florida is not the first state to try one of these bans. Supporters say this is a way to keep kids safe from online threats. But some people opposed to the laws say these bills prevent kids from having freedom of speech, and that's a right guaranteed by the Constitution. This is the Kids Morning News Network, so kids, what do you think? Get your grown-up to help and send me an email. Let me know what you think about social media restrictions for kids and why you feel the way you do. Email me your thoughts at kidsmorningnews@gmail.com. United States Navy. Today, it's the most powerful Navy in the world, but in March 1794, it was basically a piece of paper. This was the day that Congress ordered the first 6 ships that would be the beginnings of a permanent navy. American merchant ships were having trouble with pirates in the Mediterranean Sea, and France and Great Britain were fighting each other also. Each of them were stopping American merchant ships they suspected of helping the other. So the real point of the Navy at that time was to protect American traders, business people. The 6 ships were planned to be built at 6 different shipyards along the eastern seaboard. It took a long time to get the perfect wood for the ships, so things didn't really get started until December of the next year, 1795. And the year after that, in 1796, a treaty was signed that ended the piracy in the Mediterranean. So 3 of the ships, immediately canceled, but the 3 others were finished. Finally, in 1797, they were launched. They were called the United States, that makes sense, the Constellation, and the Constitution. They all saw a bunch of action in the years to come. The Constitution, in particular, became known as Old Ironsides for its service in the War of 1812. In fact, Constitution became kind of a celebrity. And though the other 2 ships eventually got old and were retired, Constitution never was. Today, she is still a ship of the United States Navy, the oldest commissioned warship still afloat anywhere in the world. And if you visit Boston Harbor, you can actually go aboard and see what life was like on a ship 227 years ago. All right, riddle time. The riddle on Monday was, what question can you never answer yes to? The question is, are you asleep yet? Today's riddle, this is something you can catch but never throw. You can catch it, but you cannot throw it. Answer on Friday. You might know already there's going to be a solar eclipse on April 8th, visible across much of the United States. And you've probably heard that looking at an eclipse without special glasses is very dangerous. But why? Well, our sun is like a giant ball of fire, super bright. Actually, like a big nuclear reaction. Your eyes have a light-sensitive area called the retina, kind of like a film in a camera. If you look at a super strong light, like even a flashlight, for just a few seconds, it hurts, right? Well, looking at the sun, even for a short time, is like holding a magnifying glass over a piece of paper on a sunny day. In just a few seconds, the paper would start to burn. Well, that magnifying glass effect is what the sun's light is doing to your retina. Your eyes don't really feel the heat, but you get what is basically a sunburn inside your eyes.
Owie!
I know. It damages your eyes. It could be permanent. So the sun doesn't behave any differently during an eclipse, but normally it's way too strong to look at directly. So normally if it's bright out, you squint, your pupils get tiny, it's just too uncomfortable to look at for very long. During an eclipse, since it's darker, your pupils open up more, you don't feel the need to squint as much, that lets more radiation hit your retina. So to enjoy eclipses safely, only use specially designed eclipse glasses that filter out the harmful light. Not just sunglasses, these are like super sunglasses. To find ones that will work, check out the American Astronomical Society's list. I'll put a link in the episode description. Well, the weather today looks familiar. Rain moving across the East Coast and a new storm coming into the Pacific Northwest. Meanwhile, there's more snow in northern Minnesota and other places around the Great Lakes. Could be windy up there too. The good news for everybody else is probably going to be nice and sunny today. That's the show. Thank you very much for listening. If you liked this episode, please hit the stars on your podcast app and subscribe, share, and spread the word about the Kids Morning News Network. Grown-ups, if you'd like to become a supporter, there's a link in the episode description. I'll be back Friday. I hope you are too. From the KMNN Newsroom, this is Alex signing off.